need to recognize that when we played offense on social issues, we win. According to an analysis, one of the issues that was the most decisive for President Trump, can we get the advertisement, please? There were two of them, Ryan. There was A and B. And Susie Wiles and James Blair and the whole team, they deserve such credit because this was such a good ad and they trust their instinct. Was Trump, Kamala Harris is for they, them, Donald Trump is for you. There were two ads and they were terrific. Here to discuss how we need to play offense on the trans issue and how it actually won us favor with the American people. Terry Schilling, president of the American Principles Project. Terry, welcome to the program. Terry, without, and I have to give credit, without Matt Walsh, I think Matt Walsh is the Moses of the reality movement when it comes to the trans jihadis. Because we were in the wilderness thinking that this was going to go the way of the whole gay marriage thing, that it was an inevitability, we were going to lose on it, and however, that was a miscalculation, and Matt Walsh and you and others led us back to reality. Now we're playing offense. Terry, what's going on?
Well, thanks so much, Charlie. And you know what? It's the family, stupid, right? I mean, we've been hearing this for so long. It's the economy, stupid. And Republicans followed suit, and they refused to talk about any of these issues until Donald Trump comes along. And, you know, Charlie, Matt Walsh has been so instrumental in this movement. I had been meeting with legislators and politicians for some time, showing them the polling, all the nerd stuff for how this stuff moves the electorate. But Matt Walsh added so many brilliant arguments. He added humor to this entire debate. But on top of all that, he had the distribution, right? He had the huge network to get this out, and he helped mainstream this in a way that groups like could only dream of. But, I just go back. Donald Trump won the popular vote for the first time since 2004, the other election where cultural issues were at the front and center of the American people's minds going into the polling booth. So if this doesn't, show people that these issues are winners when Democrats go crazy and start teaching kids that men can have babies and that your daughter now has to compete against a 6'4", 250-pound man in her volleyball league, I think these issues are going to be around for quite some time.
This is the second ad. By the way, so the reason that Charlemagne, who's a very popular morning drive time guy in New York, the Breakfast Club, very popular guy, the reason that he's in this ad is because he saw the original ad during NFL football. So this is the second one. Let's play cut 349.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
Hell no, I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that.
Kamala supports transgender sex changes in jail with our money.
Kamala even supports letting biological men compete against our girls in their sports. Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump.
I mean, it's a masterclass. And I got it. It's just the team at the Trump campaign, they trusted their gut because, as you know, Terry, the DC consultants, they only want you to talk about high stock markets, which is fine. But think about it. It was illegal immigration, plus trans, plus the pronoun speech police, and the follow-up of it incorporates the black people don't necessarily need to vote for either side or vote for blue with a popular radio host. We were so attacked, Terry Schilling, for going into culture war issues. However, is it possible the culture war won Donald Trump the White House?
It's not just possible. This is what happened, Charlie. It's the sex changes for kids, stupid. It's the men and girls sports, stupid. It's the porn in our elementary schools, stupid. It's the investigating parents as domestic terrorists, stupid. This isn't that hard to understand. It was the family, it was the culture that won this election for Donald Trump. But Charlie, the thing is, Donald Trump gets the credit. He is the first presidential candidate since 2004 to put the family, to put the Democrats' extremism on cultural issues at the forefront of this campaign. Charlie, you and I have been talking about this stuff for so long, and no one else would champion it. It had to be Donald Trump. He's an absolute genius. He's a maniac, but he's a total genius, and I love him. The family movement, here's what we're going to be doing, Charlie, is APP, and we need the entire family movement on board to be his bulldogs. We need to rip to shreds anyone on the inside that's trying to stop this agenda or to criticize him. We need to be bulldogs for President Trump and bulldogs for his pro-family agenda, which is incredibly robust.
Yes, and so, again, nature is so healing in some ways because people are getting back to first principles of how we do not want all of this extreme nonsense. So let's reinforce this, though. Terry, Kamala Harris, who now is going to be going down as a loser like Hillary Clinton, they thought they could tap dance around from these social issues. How does this apply for future elections?
Well, here's what's interesting, Charlie, is that you're seeing some Democrats try to move the needle. They are saying things like, we need to moderate on these positions. We need to change our policy priorities here. We cannot let them get away with it. We have to hold their feet to the fire. And you're starting to see the Democratic base, the crazy transgender activists and their lobbyists, they are now trying to hold these guys and kick them out, hold them accountable and kick them out of the party. We need to ratchet up this division within the Democratic Party until they become sane on it, until they stop trying to push sex changes on kids. We need to maximize the political opportunity here because the American people are obviously behind us on all of these trans issues.
Yeah, so what is now your hope, Terry, for this incoming Trump administration to deliver victories for the pro-family agenda?
Well, President Trump has been good on all of these pro-family issues since he got elected in 2016. He's made three very specific policy priorities that he put into the RNC platform: saving girls' sports, getting rid of men all across the country, banning taxpayer funding of sex change procedures for minors. He can do all of these through executive orders, but and the third is defunding these woke DEI and transgender programming in schools. We are going to be supporting him every single day, defending him in the press, defending him in the public to make sure that this gets done. We just have to help him shepherd this through and defend him from all the nasty attacks he's going to get.
I completely and totally agree with all of that. So in closing, Terry, name some names of some all-stars you want to see in the White House. Just throw them out there for the audience. Who do you want to see?
Sarah Huckabee. I'd love to see Jim Banks. I know he just got elected to the Senate. Elise Stefanik, holy cow, ambassador to the UN. That's fantastic. Charlie, you need to go in the administration. I don't know. You're probably more powerful outside.
No. But think about it. I'm not going in. I'm going to have relationships. But think about it. You want me on the outside, Terry. You want me to be able to hold people accountable, set the pace, right? Examine what's going on, speak freely, be able to travel the country, rally support. There is a role for some outsiders to be able to live in harmony with an administration. But I appreciate the compliment. So please keep going, Terry.
Listen, I would really love, and this is a little bit premature because I think she's on board with it, but I would really love to see Tiffany Justice as the Secretary of Education. I think she would do a phenomenal job. She's got the pulse of all the moms across the country. I think she'd be really good at Department of Education.